Welcome to Face, the program
that frontally discusses
political and social issues in Nigeria. The weekly program brought to you on Wednesday by 6 p.m. Nigerian time, anchored by Prince Ewemade Concourse, powered by GCSDN.
Join us.
Good evening to all our wonderful viewers all over the world, and welcome to Face program. This is the program where we frontally discuss political and social issues in Nigeria. This weekly program is brought to you every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Nigerian time, anchored by my humble self, Prince Ewemade Concourse. Today, we're going to be joined in the studio by two of our regular contributors in this program. And our discussion for today is, what do you make of the political situation in Nigeria? Let me bring the guest to the studio. And hello, Dr. Edmond Eke, you're welcome to the studio. Fidelis, you're also welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Both of you hear me very loud and clearly?
Yes, loud and clear.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, today we're going to have an interactive section. I'm not going to be asking anybody question. We're just going to have an interactive section based on the topic for today. What do you make of the political situation in Nigeria? There is tension all over the country as Nigeria prepares for the presidential election in 2023. Many people are of the opinion that this election is going to be a deciding moment for Nigerians. So we are going to dive into this and have our discussion around this area. There's got quite a lot of tension in Nigeria from the east to the north, from the south to the west. This is political season, and the political gladiators, they are off and on, trying to flesh their muscle. And the underdog political party, they are also trying to flesh their muscle as well. So we are going to be discussing this today. So what are your take, Dr. Edmond?
Yes, you rightly said we are in political season, and you're going to see a lot of political activities, even though we have not officially gone into the campaign season. So this is like a pre-campaign season, and it's as crazy.
It's like a preamble. What they are doing right now is like preamble. Yeah.
Yes, so they're giving us a taste of what we're going to witness in the next 2 months. That's when the campaign is. Then the last 4 months before the main election, that 4 months is going to be hotter than hell. I will tell you. So I'm just going to encourage my fellow Nigerians to know what to expect and also be engaged in the process. As if they want it hot, you should also bring it hot. Don't be cold when they are hot. When they are hot, you should be hot.
So it's going to be really interesting going forward.
It's going to be interesting.
Officially declared by the INEC, then it's going to be, eye for an eye, like what the Nigerian political arena is always like during the campaign season. So it's going to be eye for an eye, going forward, and we're going to be seeing people flexing muscle. Fidelis, what are your take on this?
I expect to see a new thing, and the situation
is it gonna be like the David and the Goliath, the case of David and Goliath in the Bible? Is that what we're going to be experiencing?
It's going to be like
in
that
the next couple of months leading to the presidential election. It's going to be something like that, yeah.
Yes, it's going to be like that if the people refuse to say their vote. If they refuse to say their vote, it's going to be like that, because if you watch Ekiti election, they sold their vote. That was why APC won that state.
No, but so I think for me, I think Ekiti election is like a tip of the iceberg. Is what we are going to witness come 2023. That's what I think, because Ekiti election, from what I heard, people collected money but they went ahead and voted for their own the candidate of their choice. They voted their conscience, even though they were induced by those political gladiators, but they still voted their choice.
I think you're referring to Oshun. They voted their choice in the Oshun election, not Ekiti.
Sorry, Oshun. Yes, sorry,
yes,
Oshun.
Yes.
Oshun, yeah, take that back. Oshun election, not Ekiti. Yeah.
INEC learned from Ekiti, because in Ekiti State, what they did is this: they give you the money. The toggery was too high there. They give you the money. Yeah. You vote in their presence.
Yeah.
They must see where you put your thumbprint.
Yeah, but that should not be allowed. That should not be allowed in any way. That shouldn't be allowed.
The police should sit tight. The Air Force and whoever they are bringing to join the police, they should sit tight. They should not collect money to close their eyes and watch people.
So, which means the police or the law enforcement agency, they are not doing their job. That's what that tells us.
Yes, they didn't do their job at all.
Because even though they are giving us large numbers of so amount of thousands of police officers have been deployed to this election, I don't think there's up to that amount of police officers that they have been deployed. Well, there are not enough police officers. And again, and the setup of how the perimeter where you can have police officer or where you cannot have police officer, I think they need to a little bit change that arrangement a little bit. And they also need to have like enforcement closer to the arena where the voting is happening, and that's one. And then they have to change the arrangement of who can see you when you're voting. It's supposed to be sort of a secret ballot that is only you know who you vote for.
It's usually a secret ballot. Our election is usually a secret ballot. Because of the arrangement,
they need to change the arrangement, and it's easy to do. So they need to change the arrangement, and they need to also change the positioning of the security officer and recruit more security officers, not just give us a balloon number that is not actually the reality on ground.
Well, another big problem is this. I know you guys must have witnessed election in Nigeria. You know, if one big man in your area comes to your polling unit, you will see the police. They will just back up as if they can't do anything. The Messiah is around. The man will be manipulating the election in their very eyes. They won't see anything. They will just keep quiet.
But before going forward, first of all, I personally want to congratulate the INEC, the electoral body, for the innovative ideas, innovative technology they've been able to put in place. This election, the Oshun election, has taught us quite a lot of lessons because it is going to be going forward. The 2023 and other subsequent election is going to be really difficult for ringing to take place. From what I noticed or what I observed from the Oshun election, they have gone way past the level of ringing, because immediately your vote is being counted. The officers in the local government, in the ward level, they transmit the election result straight to the national portal, which everybody sees on the screen. Everybody, all the observer, everybody around the world, you can see it on the screen. So that's completely, that's a kudos from me to the National Electoral Body. They've done so well. But they also need to move a step forward by making it possible for Nigeria to vote from the comfort of their home, by introducing a SIM card link with your INN, your BVN, with your phone, and you can vote the candidate of your choice. Going forward as well, those in the rural area, the INEC can also make it possible to have like a gadget. There will be officers deployed to those rural areas whereby they can go with their gadget, register gadget for those that doesn't have telephone or network in those areas. Those kind of gadget can also be used in those areas. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that is a good suggestion. You need to have more gadgets, especially in those areas that we have seen report of limited availability
internet,
of
internet, and network.
And network, so they need to invest in that. And I know they have enough budget for that, even though we know the INEC budget for election is usually huge, and so they can accommodate that and be creative. They should be creative in this area and make it happen.
Yeah, but you know also the budget, the INEC budget every election cycle is kind of outrageous. That if they introduce the smart method of voting, which is what I just explained a few minutes ago about voting from the comfort of your home with your telephone. Your telephone is registered with your BVN, with your voter's card, with whatever national insurance number. It's all attached to it. So all you need to do is just vote from the comfort of your home. So thereby eliminating those those money budgeted for INEC every election cycle. They can reduce those wastes. Those are wastage of our resources.
The fraud in Nigeria is too much. First and foremost, I don't know how it is where you live. Like here where I live, they have what they call IC. That's the only identification they have, which is more important than their passport.
Yeah.
That same IC they used to vote, that same IC they used to do anything they want to do.
Yeah.
Now in Nigeria we have NIM.
Yeah.
We have BVN. We have voters card.
Yeah.
You see, all these things is to manipulate the system.
Yeah.
All these things is to manipulate the system. If you have one single identification platform,
yeah,
everything will be centralized. You can anything you do, you change that. If you change your passport here,
yeah,
the next passport, the new passport they're going to give you, your IC number is going to appear on that passport. So there's no way you are going to manipulate the system.
Yeah.
You understand? So
all the number you are referring to now is just like a social security number or like an NI number.
That is just one. That is the same thing they used to vote. You want to vote, you bring that your IC, they place it on the machine. If it reads and brings the information out, you are eligible to vote, you vote.
Yeah.
Now we have voters, the machine for voters card. All of them are not okay.
Yeah.
We have BVN. We have NIM.
Yeah.
All these things, I don't understand that country.
Yeah.
So it's just like you see everything they are doing just to manipulate the people, steal money. Yeah. That's what they are doing.
Yeah.
That's why the process, you can't trust the process.
Yeah.
You can't.
I have a question. I mean, in this interactive session, see what you guys think about the idea. We've seen that now INEC, the new system of using BVAS, the bimodal accreditation system, have eliminated a huge chunk of fraud and election malpractice.
Yeah, malpractice, yes.
Now, the major election malpractice that we have now is vote buying, which
is vote buying, yes,
to be addressed. Yes. So and the INEC know about this vote buying. The police knows about it. We know about this vote. Everybody know about this vote buying, but they don't know how to solve it. Yes. So, and there is a conversation going on that they should. I think if they started writing a bill concerning that, or they are thinking about writing a bill concerning establishing a commission for electoral offense commission.
Yes,
so
that's a welcome development.
Yeah. That commission will be in charge of if they catch you buying votes, if they catch you selling votes, you'll be punished. Yes. Because so now the question I'm asking now, should we set up that commission or should we employ more police officers? Because there's multiple ways of solving the problem. And we can solve it by using the commission, or we can get more police officers because we are under police as a country. Because police officers are empowered to handle any offenses because it's a civil matter. I mean, these are maybe a misdemeanor. A police can arrest you for misdemeanor or whatever, or any offense. And if they need to charge the code, they can charge the code or whatnot. So I think the police can handle this. Do we really need to set up a commission to do it, or should we recruit more police officers? Because
in my own opinion,
one thing is sure is that we need to address this vote buying. So what is the best way to address this vote buying?
In my own opinion, I think there should be a commission set up along with a mobile court to try these people on instantly. There should be a mobile court set up as well along with the commission to try these offenders instantly. When you are caught on the act, arrested and tried immediately. Yes, it could be a misdemeanor. It could be a fine. You pay a fine, but at least you should be reprimanded for doing the wrongdoing. because you're causing havoc in the society. When you buy and sell, you are depriving the people the opportunity to elect a good and credible leaders. You that buy, you that sell, you are both guilty of the same offense. You understand what I mean? You because you are soliciting somebody you are soliciting someone to vote for you, and in exchange offering them money. It's not allowed where you live in United States. There's nobody soliciting anybody during the election. You live in Malaysia. There's nobody soliciting anybody during the election cycle. It's not possible. It's only in Africa or Nigeria, I would say. So this should completely be abolished. We need to find a way around it, and the INEC has a lot to do. The legislative arm, they also have a lot to do, which is the Senate and the House of Rep. A bill should be passed to address this issue, to stop these people, especially the money-back politicians. They are the one doing it. If you, for example, you were going to run for Senate or run for House of Assembly, if you don't have the money, you cannot offer anybody any money to vote for you. You only go in there with the words in your mouth, with your manifesto. But the money-back politicians, they will come with bully of van and start, inducing everybody. So we need to change. We need to change this in Nigeria, in the Nigeria political circle. We need to change it.
Vote buying in Nigeria is a crime. It's under bribery. Vote
And
buying.
corruption.
Yes. So when this commission thing, they are talking about all these things just to buy time, so that they have enough time to manipulate the system. If I give you bribe in Nigeria, a policeman can arrest me if he witnessed me bribing you. But you see these big men, these so-called big men in Nigeria, they on the queue, they'll be giving people cash. The police will just stand there doing nothing because the police knows that he cannot arrest this man. So all this commission to set up commission is not going to work. The only thing that will work, enforce the existing law. Enforce it.
Who is going to enforce it?
That is it. If you create another commission, it's just a way of stealing money again. Because if you have to set up that commission with 50,000 naira, for example, and you come out and tell the federal government that to set up this commission is going to cost you 1 million naira, you see another avenue.
You see, the reason I asked you that question, the reason I asked you that question is that the police, they are already used to this system of people being bribed during the election. They are used to it. So the police, they cannot do anything about it because they are also part of it. There was a video in Ekiti when the police went after the people that was bribed, not the people that gave the bribe. Did you see that video? They went after the people that were the people that sold their vote, but not the person that bought their vote.
That's what I'm saying.
You know why they went after them? To collect their own share.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So even if you set up that commission, the same thing will happen.
No, I beg to differ with you on that. The reason I support them to set up a commission and a mobile court for instant judgment is that when the commission is set up, they're going to give them a mandate. Any of those people also found wanting should be prosecuted as well. This can be done.
Who is going to recruit these people?
At least we still have some good officers. We still have some good men.
This boils down. This matter boils down to we as Nigerians, we as a people. You remember, Prince? Remember the session we had with one of your guests? I think his name is Nosa. About how what should we do going forward as Nigeria? How do our take on the Nigerian situation? We'll have similar views. Yes, we'll have to change our thinking, our mindset.
Yes.
So, because in the end of it all, the people in our leadership space are Nigerians. They're not from Mars.
No, they're not from Moon.
They are Nigerians. Yes. Born in Nigeria and maybe left Nigeria and came back, but they are Nigerian through and through. So and he made a passionate speech about it's our culture that need to be changed. We need to change that. So which I say, yeah, he has a good point. That's important. But now what will differ is the approach of how to get to that, the changing of the thinking, the changing of our mindset. Yeah. So it's still what we need to do. We still need to change our thinking, our mindset, and our culture around selecting leadership, our culture around accepting bribery, our culture around what does it mean to even be a good citizen. So our thinking and all that. So we need to change that, because eventually we're always going to have Nigerians as leaders. We're always going to have Nigerians as our police officers. We're also have Nigerians as our civil servants. So we have to start changing ourselves as Nigerians. So we cannot keep saying, okay, we cannot do this, we cannot do that, because it's not going to work. You have to work.
That is
if we decide to work. And that starts with us. Because we are in this together.
That is why you see, that is why we are talking about leadership. Let me tell you something. When you are in a system, when you are in a system and the people controlling that system, they are more powerful than you. Before you know it, like you are in America, there are some certain things you can't do because of the system.
Yeah.
But in Nigeria, see, if you study Nigeria, they've conditioned the minds of the people. They can't even think. They can't even think. Imagine what is going on in Nigeria. Somebody is still rooting for PDP and APC. If you ask the person, why are you rooting for this party? Just listen to what they are going to say. So
they don't have any reason other than what their personal interest.
This elite, these leaders, they've conditioned the minds of the people. They can't even think for themselves. And two, poverty will make you sell your vote for 5K.
That reminds me. Yesterday I was on the phone with someone in Nigeria, and I was advising them not to sell their birthright come 2023 general election. That if they do, they should delete my phone number, because after 2023 I'm going to be very brutal. I'm going to be very hard on people, friends, family, anybody. If you dare sell your vote and you come and call me or ask me for favor or help, I'm not going to listen to you. I'll block your number straight up. Because you have the chance, you have the opportunity now to change your story. So he was telling me, because you live in our Western world, you don't understand. When hunger bad belly, you don't get choice but to collect their money. I say, you don't. Even if you collect the money, that money, still vote your conscience. Even if you have no choice but to collect the money, and still vote, because that money belongs to you and I.
That's one thing that I'm worried about. This famous saying, vote your conscience, vote your conscience. What did they even do for that conscience?
The conscience is what, when you go to bed, you'll be happy, you'll be glad that you did the right thing.
Because the conscience still vote for the bad person. So we keep saying vote for your conscience, vote conscience. Some people conscience, they vote, they know this person is terrible, but their conscience is telling them vote for that terrible person. So
you see what I was saying just now.
Before you continue, let's take a quick comment. We have some a few comments here. Let's just read a quick comment before we continue. We have Adekunle Davis, Frederick and the house. Good evening. Thank you, Davis. Thank you so much for being part of the program. Adekunle Davis, Osun State. Okay. Faith, yes, sir. You are doing well, sir. Thank you so much, Faith. Thank you for joining us today. Let's see. Faith, yes, sir, again. At the same time, the voters have sold their vote. So what INEC is transmitting is what the candidate have bought with 1,000 and 10,000 naira. That's funny. Thank you so much. Let's see if we have another one here, but it's a beggar. The person is a beggar soliciting for money instead of you to go and get a job. I'm not going to show your message here because this is not a platform to beg for money. I'm sure whoever you are, you can work. If you can't work, you can go and farm. If you can't farm, then go and pick a carton, write, I am hungry, and put it on the side of the road wherever you live. Stop begging. This is not a program to beg. We are here. We are talking about serious business here. Okay, you know who you are, but I'm not going to put your name up on the screen. Thank you so much, our viewers. Yeah, we're back again. Let's continue with our discussion.
Yeah, like I was saying, all these things still boils down to control. if you have the power to control, it's either you control for good or you control for bad. We are talking about the leaders controlling the people to vote in bad leaders. Why you are telling the people voting the right person or else I won't give you money. At the long run, it all boils down to survivor.
Okay, can I ask you this? I mean, is it not easy for everyone to differentiate between a good leader and a bad leader? What makes up a good leader and what makes up a bad leader?
It's easy. It's easy when you are, when you are at liberty, when you are independent, it's easy.
Yeah.
But when you are not, it's not. Even in the Bible, when poverty hits them.
Okay. What makes somebody at liberty? What makes somebody at liberty to make a firm decision or to make a decision between
when you can feed yourself 3 square meals? That is number one. When you have jobs that like this in this country, citizens change job like they are changing clothes. So if as their boss, if you scream at them the way they don't want, they will just walk out. That's the end of the job. Tomorrow they will get another one.
Yeah.
You understand? So that liberty, that freedom, that independence, that okay, I don't need to depend on you to stand.
Yeah.
If they have it,
they
can make decisions for themselves. But these people, they've taken that liberty away from them. That is why you see they keep controlling their mind. Because they are hungry.
My brother, I disagree with you on that, because the reason is that you made yourself to be hungry. You made yourself vulnerable before these people. There are a lot of Nigerians who don't even participate in any of these things that goes on. They do what they do. They stick to whatever they know best. If they are into farming, if they are into poultry, if they are into selling, or they are selling anything at the market, they stick to it. They don't go after these politicians. They don't run after them for them to become slaves to them. So most of our youth, most of our people, they've made themselves vulnerable to these people. Thereby, those people now capitalize on their weakness and continue to use them in every election cycle.
No. They do not make themselves vulnerable. We're talking about Nigeria. We're talking about our country here.
I'm talking about the masses, especially those ones.
The masses have been made vulnerable by the system, and who made the system like the leaders.
The leaders, it's not the people.
They have impoverished the people.
They impoverished them to
education. They have denied people education.
Okay, look at it from this angle.
Because they cannot afford to go to school. You will say, oh, there's free education in government school.
Yes.
Those government schools does not have teachers. So how can the people learn? I am paying salary to teachers so that they can teach kids in my hometown. I'm doing that. And these are government school, and the government is supposed to pay. So, one, education is important. When you don't have education, you don't even know, you wouldn't know how to read, to know what the person have in the manifesto, to read what they have done, or to read the allegation against them and say, okay, this person has been bad, and I've written it in the news. You could not even read the news. How would you know? Okay, maybe what's the source of your news? The source of your news, the news from the people that have impoverished you, that they're giving news that benefit them, that tell they are good people, they are wonderful people. Is that the news you're listening to? Because that's probably the news you have that have made you to have access to. You don't have access to the other news that show, because there's always two sides of the story. There's always another dimension of the story. So education, they have denied our people education. Then poverty. Poverty is real. You're saying you can farm. Yes, you can farm. But farming isn't enough. You cannot even afford equipment to have mechanized farming, to farm enough to even feed your family.
That's what I would tell him.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Our land has been invaded by herdsmen. People cannot go out to farm in peace anymore. What are you farming? Where you cannot even go? If you go, they will kill you. They will rape you as a woman.
That is true. But also look at it from this angle. You live in the United States. He lives in Malaysia. You travel all the way from the United States to Nigeria to contest as a local government chairman, for example. Okay.
I won't do it.
No. I'm just citing you as an example. You know what I mean? So now you go down to your local government. All you want is good governance for your people. All you want, you're coming back home to replicate what you've seen, what you've experienced, what you've noticed in your country of abode. Okay, so now you're going down to the people to say your manifesto before them. The first thing they will be telling you is the money. It's not this paper that you are showing us in the manifesto.
Because they don't trust you anymore. They don't trust, no trust
The system
anymore.
has-
They
that's
see
the point
people.
I'm making here. They have messed up the system. That
Yes,
people
they
don't-
see
Who
don't
messed up the system?
understand what
Who?
government is.
Did the hips came from the planet Ape to come and
They've
mess
seen
up the
people.
system
They've
in
seen
Nigeria?
people. They've seen people.
Are they not
It's
Nigeria? Are they not
Nigerian
Nigeria
people.
like you?
They've seen
It's
people who came from
Nigerian
abroad, who study
It's a
abroad, who
Nigerian
came.
process.
Yes,
Because
who
it
came
happened
up. They are
for
worse.
over 40 years. It's a problem that happened for over 40 years. It didn't start today. They have systematically, they have bastardized the system.
The
That
system
now
so bad.
people don't believe that, yes, if you want to run for office, you have to pay me money.
Yeah.
I know people close to me believe that. I've tried to see them different. Some make a little change, some say no, you still have to bring money. If you want to win the election, you have to bring money. You have to pay
Yes.
for. People believe that because that's what the system has been turned into. It was not like this before. It was gradually done. That's what it is. But we have to gradually try to fix it so that it's not like that again. That is what the work is for me. And that's why we do this thing that we do. We come out and speak and generate all these ideas and push it, not just generating ideas. Also talk it out with people at home, because they are the people that we have to change. Not the people abroad, not the diaspora. Diaspora don't vote. I don't vote. Have you voted? I've not voted since I was in the diaspora. So these people that are at home that will have to start passing these messages, to start changing this damage that has been done over 3 to 4 decades. We'll start changing it gradually. It's not going to change overnight.
The truth of the matter is, we all contributed to the mess we are facing today in Nigeria. We all, you, him, I, everybody, we all contributed to the mess. So in order to fix, moving forward, in order to fix Nigeria, we must also contribute our own part. First of all, we must reevaluate our own self, the way we deal with our fellow brother, our fellow human being. All these things contributed to the mess that we are in today in Nigeria.
That is why that is
Every one of us, we need complete overhaul. We need to overhaul our mind, our soul, our thinking. We need to do that first if Nigeria must move forward.
Prince, let me tell you something. I remember way back in the 80s, if you are going abroad to study, it's like you are going to suffer. Way back in the 80s, I remember they still send money to you abroad. And I remember then, you go to the marketplace, you see people leave their business to do something, they just put price there. You go, you pick, and you drop the money. Then my mother, sometimes she will write lists for me to go to the market to get things. I'll go. I don't even know the price. I'll just give the list to whoever I want to buy. They will check. They will give me the exact thing that I want. What I'm trying to say is these people then, they were still Nigerians. You see, when the military came, the military changed everything. When they were leaving power, they gave it to their boys, the criminals they've trained. So these people came in, they started changing the system. Time over time, they started changing the whole thing. Before you know it, the people became so blind. If you go to Nigeria, you are talking to people, you are trying to enlighten them. No, they will tell you, you're just talking like a white man.
That is it.
They'll tell you because of what they are saying on ground. You need to come to their level. That's why I say we must keep talking. We must keep doing what we are doing, because we are changing people too. It's not easy to change them because it takes time to bring
It's a gradual process. It's not going to happen overnight.
It might not even happen in our generation. The way things are going in Nigeria, it might not even happen in our generation, because things is really
I was
bad.
talking to some set of youth. So I was telling them, you have to do this. You know what one told me? One of them, he said he's a supervisor where he used to work. He was a supervisor, a Lebanese company. He said today he doesn't have a job. I said, what happened? He said their pay was too small, so they gathered themselves to go and protest to the management that we need you to increase our pay. Somebody among them went to tell the management. He was sacked, and they replaced that person. They used that person to replace him. Today he doesn't have a job. Next time, if he's going to try that nonsense. So you see the system. These are Lebanese who treating Nigerians like that. Lebanese.
Yeah, it's very sad. That's very sad. It is something you dare not do in their own country as well.
Yes.
Because our leaders, give them that landing. They made it possible for them to do whatever they feel like as if they own the country. You cannot do that in Lebanon. It's impossible.
Impossible.
That's the Nigeria of today.
We
respect foreigners more than our own.
Why is that? Why is that? You mentioned it's our government. Yes, but it's our government allow these foreign entities to come into Nigeria and they don't follow the law of the land.
Yeah.
All they care, as long as the foreign entity settles the government or settles whoever is in charge of that area, then they turn blind eye. They can treat the people, Nigerians, like trash, and that is absolutely wrong. And if you sue them, you cannot win because our laws are not justiciable. They are not. They're supposed to be protecting the common man, but they don't protect the common man. They protect the highest bidder. So this is what we need to work on to make sure all the arms of our government are functional and have the right people manning them for legislative, executive, judicial. And
let me tell you something.
Yeah.
One friend of mine used to work with this auditing company, one big auditing company in Nigeria. The owner of that company, Nigerian government contracted him to audit private companies who refuse to pay tax. Let me tell you what happened. This guy said, when each time they go to this company, they will meet mostly these foreign companies. The owner of the company, Lebanese or whatever national, will come and say, okay, don't worry, tax. They've not paid tax in billions. So okay, you just come, take this money, forget about the tax, don't worry. The man will say, no, you must pay the tax. Nigerian government needs this tax. You know what happened? The director in paper of that company is a military general. If you come back again, you meet military men at the gate, they will mess you up, beat you, and chase you away from there. Because every year, that company will give to that military director maybe some money, like two brand new cars. He doesn't care what is going on in that company. All he does is to protect that company.
Yeah. Is the higher talk of the company.
So how can the country grow like this? If that company is killing your people, you won't even see anything because all you care about is your benefits.
Yeah, that is pretty sad. That is pretty sad. That's the Nigeria we find ourselves. Anyway, my brother Dr. Edmond and my brother Fidelis, I want to personally thank you guys for being in part of this program today. Do you have anything to say to our audience, Dr. Edmond?
Yes. Greetings, my fellow Nigerians, wherever you are. I just want to remind you, if you are watching this show, thank you for watching. And thank you, Prince, for inviting me to join this conversation. And I'll encourage Nigerians, you need to take our country serious. It is the only country we have. Even if you leave Nigeria to go to any country in the world, Nigeria is still your home. Nigeria is still our home. So we have to do everything within our power to make sure Nigeria work. Nigeria need to work. And how do we make sure it work? By you being a good citizen and making sure you understand what is your role as a citizen, what is your civic responsibility. And your civic responsibility include electing the right leaders to lead the country. Because if you don't elect the right leaders to lead the country, the worst ones will take over the arms of government and then they will keep throwing the country into a mess. And that affects you, that affects me, that affects your children, my children, and their children after them. So that's why I want to rise up to our responsibility and be good citizens and do our due diligence in selecting the right leaders. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother Fidelis. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Prince and Doctor. Nigerians, what I have to tell you is this. I know we've been battered. We've been put through a lot. Yes, but we still have the opportunity to change the narrative, to change our situation. What do we need to do? Both vote buying or vote selling, even if they pay you 20,000 naira, it won't take you anywhere. If you want, I'm telling you the truth, if you want a better Nigeria, it depends on the leaders, not you. It depends on the leaders you elect. So if you are a Christian, a Muslim, a Buddhist, a pagan, an Edo man, a Urobo man, a Chekiri man, a Yoruba man, a John man, the leader will vote. It's either we enjoy his policies or we all suffer for his policies. That's why right now I'm begging you, don't sell your vote. Don't vote for tribe. Don't vote for religion. Vote for competence. Vote for somebody that has the interest of the country at heart, a patriotic citizen with love. This is not time. We must get it right this time. Please be very, very watchful. Don't let anybody come to cajole you, sweet talk you to sell your vote. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. My fellow Nigerians, the reason we're having tensions all over Nigeria as of today is because of failure of leadership. The past 16 years before the present administration, the PDP, the People Democratic Party, they failed Nigeria and they failed woefully. Over the last 7.5 years, the current party, the ruling party, All Progressive Congress, they have not been able to fulfill their promises to Nigerian electorate. They promised so many things prior to 2015. They even promised that they were going to make $1 equals to 1 naira. They promised to take the fuel from 87 naira at the pump, then to 25 or 45 naira. A bag of rice today, before they came into office, was sold for 6,500. I bought it personally. But today, a bag of rice is sold for 35, 40,000 naira. Fellow Nigerians, 2023 is just around the corner. This election is going to be a deciding moment. It's going to be either make Nigeria move forward or take Nigeria another 10, 15 years backward. So we must rise up to the occasion. To the Nigerian youth, let's forget about money-backed politicians. Let's vote our conscience. If you have no choice but to collect their money, do so. But at the end, vote your conscience. Vote and elect a credible leader. Someone that can lead Nigeria, take Nigeria forward. Someone that would make all Nigerians, irrespective of tribe, political affiliation, be proud to call themselves Nigeria. Nigeria is so blessed that we are not supposed to be seeking loan from China, from Brazil. That is not the Nigeria God created you and I for. So 2023 election, we must rise above the occasion to make Nigeria proud again. Until next week, same time, remain blessed, everyone, and thank you to both of you for being in this program for today.